Hello, everybody. Welcome to another vision workshop. Today is the day where I am going to help you to reignite that fire of your dream. We just had the election in the US, and the world is in chaos and in turmoil. Understandably so, but I want to remind you that the power to create the life that you really want really is inside of you and nowhere else. So I want you to start dreaming. Okay, I want you to shut the door. I want you to tune in. I want you to take a deep breath with me. Another one, and another one. Yes, that's the power of now. And welcome to the Vision Workshop. Right? Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's go. If you want, also please take out a pen and paper and let's dive in. Okay, if you need a little bit, I am going to tell a little story so you can listen in and get your pen and paper, get comfortable, and let's dive in. So, today we're talking about the power of vision. Three keys to manifesting your dream results. So, I want to tell you a little story about a mother mouse. There was a mother mouse with her children, and they were on their way to the mouse hole. They wanted to go home. Okay, so they were just about to turn the corner of the hallway when Mother Mouse saw the cat at the end of the hallway. And the Mother Mouse quickly turned around, protecting her children, thinking quickly, thinking, okay, like, what's the solution here, right? So the Mother Mouse turned back around, told her kids to stay around the corner. She turned back around. She got on her hind legs. She put herself up. And in her best voice, she did this. Woof, woof, woof. This was exactly when the cat was like very close to her. And the cat just looked around and thought, there's a dog, right? And then the cat ran away, and Mother Mouse and her children were free to quickly jump into their mouse hole. So I think that's a beautiful story. I hope that you already have your pen and paper and you're back here. And I want to tell you the moral of the story, or like what the story is really about. The story is about learning a different language. That's also what the mother mouse told her kids. Kids, what I just did is something very useful also to you. It is knowing a different language. And today we are talking about a different language for you, and that is the language of success. Are you down for listening to the language of success? Yes. All right, let's dive in. So, is there any area of your life that you would like to improve? Raise your hand. Is there any area of your life that you would like to improve? Even if things are going well, even though you feel like it looks good, I know and you know there's always room for improvement. So raise your hand and let me know. Yes, okay. And I want to tell you the intention for today is I will give you three tools to help you achieve your goals. I will help you to gain greater clarity on your goals and dreams, and I will help you feel more comfortable and competent equals confident, right? Comfortable, competent equals confident in your ability to create the life of your dream. So, have you ever achieved a goal Have you ever achieved a goal in your life? Have you ever achieved a dream in your life? Yeah, raise your hands. So I'm speaking directly to you because I know I tend to attract overachievers, high achievers, women who are very ambitious in their career, getting all the degrees, right? Like learning, being very ambitious. And the same thing goes probably with other areas of your life too. But this is what I definitely know about my audience, okay? You are someone who is driven. Yes? Give me a yes. Okay. So I'm sure you have already achieved a goal or a dream. Just think back. Sometimes we also might overlook ourselves, just like from your school, right? Just learning your driving lessons, like receiving your driving license. We have all achieved goals and dreams in our lives before. And I know that you are far capable of more. Right? And that's why I always like to say, I talk to the woman that has it all, but still wants more. You want more because there is more. Even though you're comfortable, you know that there is more. Okay? Just like the little buddy over here, he knows he got it in him. Yeah. So our goals and dreams are often born out of the challenges we face. Absolutely. So I want to let you know that we all have challenges and don't get it twisted. Sometimes I think people can mistake me by being so bubbly and so funny that I have never like had any challenges. No, not so. But every challenge that I overcame, the more proud and the more happy I became because I know I got it in me. And at this point in my life, I know that no matter what life throws at me, I got it. Okay. And I want to instill the same confidence in you today. So I want to let you know that there are two signals for growth. This is, again, we're coming back to the language of success. This is how our life communicates with us. This is how our life speaks to us. And the first feeling, the first signal of our soul, if you so will, is a longing, right? Is a longing. And the second signal for growth is a discontent. So sometimes we have one or the other. And as Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith says, is we're often pushed by pain, that is the discomfort, right? Until we are pulled by a vision. So many times, right, as he said, like many times we're pushed by pain, like we're just escaping the worst, right? We're just doing the bare minimum to escape the worst until sometimes that pattern no longer works. We hit rock bottom. And then, and this is what I hope to instill in you today, is to help you create that vision that inspires you to get up each and every day so you can become bigger and better. Okay? So, the pain of a problem and the burning desire for something new are both essential for creating new results. Both is essential, right? So sometimes we tend to think this is negative and this is positive, but we need both. I think that's so wonderful. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story, okay? So I am the child of a German mother and a Ghanaian father. The first thing here is one of my biggest challenges of life is being in between, right? I'm not white, I'm not black, I'm both. I am I grew up in both cultures, which I find is very much a privilege that I had the privilege of growing up in the German culture and the Ghanaian culture. And then I grew up the thing is I was born in Germany and then I went to Ghana when I was a small girl, when I was 3 to be exact. So for everybody who knows a little bit about psychology and childhood psychology, the first 7 years of a human being's life are very essential because the first 7 years is basically where you download the world into your like subconscious, right? So I feel like I had the privilege of really immersing myself in the German environment, culture, and then the same thing with from 3 years old, I was immersed in the Ghanaian sun, culture, food, everything. So I always say I'm 200% human. Like I'm 100% German, I'm 100% Ghanaian, so I'm 200% human. Yes. So this is the first thing for me. I came back to Germany when I was 6, and I knew I had to make it because in Ghana, the talk was like you're about to go to Europe, and people in Ghana glorify Europe, right? So they thought you're going to heaven, right? So you gotta make it. And I always knew like I had to carry on the family legacy. Like even back then, and I don't kid you, like this feeling of I belong to a greater group of people. And now I'm going somewhere else and I have to represent my family and I have to do something amazing. It was instilled in me at a very young age, around 5, 6, right? So I went to Germany and I never forgot this feeling that this was my path. Coming to Germany, then going to primary school, going to secondary school, then becoming the first out of my family who went for higher education. I was the first in my family who studied. I studied international business. And then after that, I quickly manifested a very lucrative job in finance that I actually really easily manifested just by being me, being charming, probably being good looking, and just asking. And this is a number one key as well, but we will dive into that at a different time in my world here. Ask and it shall be given, right? So I asked for it, I got the job. But because everything felt so, okay, easy, I'm here, I got this, I knew that there was more in me, that burning desire of this girl inside of me, that I had to become this big person and become highly successful. It was still in me. And I knew that there was a purpose on my life. And I prayed to God and I said, I'm going to leave this job and I'm just going to fly out without any safety net. I'm just going to go out there and find my purpose. And I thought God has helped so many people before me. He's going to help me too, or she's going to help me too, right? So I did that. And this has been now 10 years since I left my corporate job. And until like from that time on, I I literally followed my purpose, and my purpose was always like I always had a big heart, and I was always so compassionate for the people around me. So the first person I wanted to help was my dad. He was severely sick, and I knew that I could help him with natural remedies. And so I went on to become a medically approved nutritionist. But then later on, my dad didn't want to take my medicine. I had to accept that. That's a very big part of my story, that I have so much to share, but sometimes the people in your immediate environment, they will not be the ones receiving your gifts. So I went on, I prayed, and I said, I'm not done with my personal empowerment journey, and I haven't really found the tools that I wanted to collect on my journey to help others, because I already knew I was here to help others. So I got coached myself. And then I said, oh my God, what I'm going through here right now, this is exactly what I want to teach to the world. And here we are. This is exactly what I did. I got certified as a dream builder coach. And then later on, I got also certified as a life mastery consultant, taking that accelerated professional route in being a certified life coach with the Brave Thinking Institute, which is one of the premier coaching institutes in the world for transformational life coaching. I like to say that again and again, I invested over 100,000 euros into my personal and business development up until now. And I don't regret it. It's because it has made me who I am, and I can't stand on that today. So I have a proven, repeatable, reliable system of transformation of your health, relationships, your purpose, your career, and your finances. So that's a little bit of my story. But let me tell you, and this is what people love, right? They love the heartache. One thing that took me another 10 years up until recently was to really even deeper stand on my worth, my self-worth. This was something that I was internally deeply struggling with. And that's why I'm always saying I know what kind of woman that I'm talking to. From the outside, everything is looking good. You are beautiful, you are smart, you are educated, you are kicking it. But deep down inside, there is still a void of not really knowing your self-worth and constantly trying to prove yourself. This is the real message behind my story because I was so gifted, but the real gift inside of me was acknowledging my innate self-worth. So that's it, a little bit about me. And my promise for you today is that for everyone listening to this here right now live or in the aftermath, in the afterplay, whenever you listen to this, maybe in the community section of my school membership or on YouTube, no matter where you listen to this, you can reach out to me and claim your complimentary 15-minute strategy, aka discovery call. This is the call that I like to do with everyone who is really honestly interested in transforming their dreams into results, whether it be beauty, finances, and the overall scheme of your life, right? I will help you to take the step. But if you have questions, right, let's answer those questions and let me help you to really clarify the vision that you want to manifest next in your life. So my promise for you is a complimentary. That means it is for free, right? A complimentary strategy session with me. No matter where you listen to this, you can contact me and claim your spot, and I will carve out the time out of my busy schedule to talk to you and help you because this is my purpose, this is my mission, this is what I love to do. I really want to take you to the next level because it is possible for all of us. Okay, so let me know if you are ready for the power of vision, right? So we're diving deep into the 3 keys to mastering your results. So how are we creating results? We are either creating results by default. That means you are just recreating the life that you have inherited. That's also what I like to say, right? Just like my story. I come from, the world gives us all these labels, right? I come from a working class mom and a migrant African dad who came to Europe in first generation to find a better life for himself and his family. So that is my parents' life, right? So I was born into this into this group or into this class of people with certain mindset, with certain habits, with certain routines, right? And many times those unconsciously inherited thinking, feeling patterns, acting patterns, right? In health, in relationship, in career and finance, we inherit those things, right? So this is something that we want to look out because it runs on autopilot. We don't see it because it just runs automatically. So if you're looking at your results in your life right now, know that your results were created by default. They were created just on autopilot, right? With all the limiting beliefs that you have, with all the excuses and with all the things that are inside of you. And I don't mean it in a mean way, like it is just inside of you and you don't even see it. That is what is meant by default. It just happens. It just happened. Like I don't know how that happened, but I know that it happened. So this is one way to create results. Just let it go on autopilot. But the second way to create results is even more powerful, and that is creating a life by design, right? You are becoming the creator, the artist of your life, and you're creating a design of the life that you would love to live, right? So this is what we're going to do today is really to craft out a life that you would absolutely love to see for yourself. And as I said, we are not doing just one thing. I don't believe in that because a life of our dream literally means every area of your life, right? And the four areas of life that we create results in are number one, our physical manifestation, the health and well-being that we experience. The second, one second, please. The second part of our lives that we create results in are our love and relationship. Are they authentic? Are they real? Are they supportive? Right? The third area in our life that we create results in is our vocation. How do we use our talents, our skills, our heart, our passion, right? And then create it into a career, right? In a lucrative, fun career that gives us purpose. And of course, that's a cherry on top, right? How do we create time and money freedom? Because we naturally want to be free. And two things help us with that, the time and the money we have, right? So, what kind of results do you have in those four areas, right? That's what we're going to dive into next. All of the four are so important. All of the four are so important. That's why we call it a holistic life vision. So let's play a little game. I want to play a little game with you, and let me see if I can do it. I will have to look out for the video. One second. Okay, so here's the little game. I hope you're ready. I hope that works. Um, yeah, you don't really, I don't know if the sound is gonna come through, but look at the video and look at how many passes does the team in white make. Okay, that is the most important task. Focus on counting how many passes does the team in white make. Okay, let's go. Okay, 13. Yeah. Now, one second. I think it requires a little bit of explanation. Maybe if you have seen this before, you've seen it before. But again, the number one task here now was to focus on what the white players, how many passes they were giving back and forth, right? So it was 13. Did you count 13? Okay, now here comes a more important thing. Did you see the moonwalking bear? Right? So now focus on seeing the moonwalking bear. Nothing has changed. It's exactly the same video. Let's go. Yeah. That is so amazing. So let me stop this and come back to you. So we'll continue here with the presentation. So this is something that's a very old and very known awareness experiment, right? It is really about focusing on what you're focusing on. You will miss so many things in life when you're only focused on one thing. Or let's frame it a little different. You will see what you're looking for if you're focused on it, and you will completely like blend out everything else. So this is really the power of awareness, right? This is really the power of awareness, that we can shift our focus. And when we're looking for something specific, we will see it. Yeah? Okay, so what are you looking for in life? What are you currently looking for? So that's why we're going back in to creating the life of your dreams and focusing on your personal, holistic life vision in health and well-being, love and relationship, vocation, time, and money freedom. Yes. So I want to give you a formula on how to create results in life. The first thing is our thoughts, right? The thoughts, what we think, creates what we feel, right? Have you ever noticed a thought of panic, fear, uncertainty, and then it translated into a feeling tone? Our body resonated with the thoughts that we had. Hmm? And our feelings create our actions. And our actions, doing them again and again and again, create our results. And this is exactly as simple as it is. It is not always easy, but it's simple. Our thoughts create our feelings create our actions create our results in every area of life. And we call those things causes. Our thoughts are causes, feelings are causes, actions are causes. But many times we call them causes. And most of the time, we don't really see it in an empowering way to know that, okay, my thoughts are creating my feelings, and my feelings are creating my actions, and my actions are creating my results. But we say, because this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, so many becauses. That's why I have those results. Because of my past, because of my parents, because of my skin color, because of my ethnicity, because of my social class, because of this, that, and the other. We say, that's why I have certain results. And I know that you know and you see it that I am a brown woman, right? So I just want to let you know that it really, you can create the life of your dreams no matter where you come from, no matter who you are. You have the power to change your thoughts and change your results. If you're looking at the results of your life right now and you don't like them, I want you to start changing your thoughts, your feelings, your actions towards that result. You can change it. The results never lie. They show us what we have been thinking. Okay? So let's shake that off. Let's shake that off. Because we're here to create new results, right? We're here to create new results, right? New results for you, because the old results are old. Today is the day where you can mark a line in the sand and you say, okay, let's go forward. And the number one thing is to notice what you're noticing. Notice what you're noticing is the number one tool in our brave thinking skill set that we practice, and it's creating self-awareness. Self-awareness. So I want you to take a life assessment today. Notice your current results. You might be a person who doesn't know what your dream is, or you just know that there is something more, but you don't know exactly what. Maybe you have a lot of dreams and you don't know whether to choose one or create them all at once, right? You might be a person who has already achieved a lot of success and you're now like you're not really feeling the fulfillment that you want to feel and not quite making the difference that you want to make in other people's lives. Yeah. So feeling like no matter where you are on the spectrum, one or more applies. So I know that about you because that's true for everyone. Every one of us has a dream in us somewhere. Somewhere there is a dream for growth, for expansion, for something new, for something deeper. And I want you to notice your current results in the area of health and well-being. All right, so we want to dive into health and well-being and let's see if that's your focus point. You might be a person who feels stuck in your ability to transform your health, whether it be losing weight or becoming more strong or enduring or flexible. Maybe you have relatively good health, no symptoms, but you know that there is more vibrancy and aliveness that you could feel. Hmm? So write it down on a scale from 1 to 5. Where are you on your scale? Meaning 1 is the lowest and 5 is the best. Where are you on that scale in the area of health and well-being? Before we move on, I just want to say again, like, be honest with yourself. Be really, really honest with yourself. Where are you on that scale? Nobody's going to see it. It's only you and your pen and your paper, but it's so, so crucial to know where we are starting, right? So we can really transform the results into our dream results. So we want to be really honest with ourselves where we are in the particular area of our lives. Yes? Okay, so let's move on in the area of love and relationships. So you might be a person who longs to have a beautiful, deep, fun, and passionate relationship with a loving and caring partner. Maybe you're someone who would love to deepen and expand and have more fun with the relationship you're already in. So dive into that. Dive into that. And again, on a scale from 1 to 5, mark what number resonates with your current results. And if it's a little painful, if it evokes a feeling of sadness or a feeling of please allow it. Allow it. That's why we're here. Again, we can't change anything that we are not willing to look at and be honest about right now. Okay? But maybe you're already good, right? Right? It depends on where you are on the spectrum. And then it's about vocation and expression, right? Like vocation is like your calling and how you express it in the world, right? So this here, right here, this is my vocation and this is my expression. I am called to help people live the life of their dreams. That is just my purpose, my spiritual assignment. That's what I was born for, and also express this in my unique way. So you might be a person who feels stuck in a job that you don't like many other people. Or you might be a person who likes your job, you like your work, but you work too many hours and you want more time and money, or you want more time freedom for now. So maybe you want more time freedom to spend with your family, with your mom, with your aging parents, or with your kids, or with your loved ones, right? With your partner, or with friends, and with colleagues or people that you love talking to, like really the people that matter. And again, let's write it down in your vocation. Oh no, I got it a little twisted. Like the time is coming next. But really in your vocation, dive deep into the feeling of you know that you have more to express, right? Maybe you're doing work that you like, but you know you have more to give. That's something that I always felt like I have so much more to give, right? So feel into that, like what else can you give? What else can you bring to the work that you're currently doing? Or what else can you start? Maybe you want to start a side business, right? Maybe you want to start doing art. Maybe you want to start your own YouTube channel. Maybe you want to start expressing yourself in whatever way that is suitable to you, or you want to explore something new. So write it down again, like where are you on your scale of like purposeful vocation expression? Number one, very low. And number five, you're living your purpose. Yeah? Okay. So again, be honest with yourself. Take a deep breath. And again, be very honest with yourself and know that we're here to create new results. Okay? Good. So, the last but not the least area of your life is the area of money and time freedom. You might be a person who doesn't have the money freedom to do the things you really want to do or to give and contribute to the causes and organizations that matter to you most. You might be a person who is missing important moments and not going where you want to go, traveling or having as much fun and play in your life as you would like. Because it's important, right? We want to be free to travel and explore the world or have fun and play. It's so important to have fun and play, right? So be honest with yourself. Like, is there room for improvement? Yeah, I think so, right? Like the motto here for me is we should all be millionaires for so many reasons, for all of the reasons. But dive deep into yourself and really be honest with yourself. Again, is it something that you would like to improve? If yes, again, write it down. Or you feel out of balance, like you have more time than money, or you have more money than time. And you love to feel more in harmony, right? You would love to have more time doing the things that you love, being surrounded by the people that you love, and making the money that you love to have. Yeah? So write it down again on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are you on the area of time and money freedom? Yeah. So be honest again with yourself. I think if we are, to be honest, like if we're at a 5, we think there's no more room for improvement. And I know that successful people, growth mindset, growth-oriented people never think that way. And I know that you're growth-oriented, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And so now we have assessed our full spectrum life. We have assessed the area of life that is, maybe look at your results again and let's dive into, yeah, health and well-being, love and relationships, vocation, expression, money and time freedom on a scale from 1 to 5. What area of your life has scored the least? Like, where do you feel the most discontent? Where do you feel the biggest longing for change? If you have 1 or 2 at the same number, I want you to choose one. Just intuitively choose one area of your life that we are now focusing on transforming for the rest of the workshop. Okay. And I just want to let you know, because sometimes we think, oh my God, I have to change everything at once. Like I was definitely that person. I have to change everything at once. But let me tell you, like, if you change one area of your life for the next season of your life consistently, all of the other areas will improve as well. That's a guarantee. Yeah. As I said, like, where do you feel the biggest longing? Where do you feel the biggest discontent for improvement? And to dive even deeper here is to ask yourself, what is it costing me to stay exactly at that point? What is it costing me to not have the relationship that I desire? What is it costing me to stay at the financial level that I am? What is it costing me? Because everything in this life has a price, right? Everything in this life has a price. The question is, are you willing to pay the price that it's costing you to stay there? Or are you willing to pay the price that it costs to get to where you want to be? What is it costing you to stay at the level of health that is not really the most vibrant version of you? What is it costing you to stay at the financial level and the level of purpose even, right? What is it costing you? Dive deep. And to reframe the question is like, what is it costing me is really like, what am I missing out on when I just stay here? It is costing you your most vibrant version. It is costing you the love of your life, right? It is costing you to feel the fulfillment and the purpose. It is costing you to not experience the fun and the joy and the travel and the freedom and the beauty. That is what it's costing you to stay there exactly where you are. Okay. And again, these are the two signals of growth that we have. Either we're longing for the better, we're longing for the more, or we feel more of the pain, of the discontent. And as we've learned in the beginning of the workshop, it needs both to ignite that fire. Ignite that fire. And as I said before, everyone has a dream inside of us somewhere. I know that about you. I know that. And the first key to creating the life of your dreams, I'm going to give to you today is number one, designing your dream. Design your dream. As we said, it's either by design or by default. And we're choosing the designing route. So it's going to be designing your dream. Just like the paper in the back here, the blueprint of building a house, just as detailed as they have drawn it here, drawn it. That's the same way you want to plan and you want to design the life of your dreams. It is unique to you, designing your unique blueprint. So don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive and then go do that, because the world needs more people who have come alive. That is a very famous quote by Howard Thurman. He was Martin Luther King's mentor, and he was a yeah, he was a manifester. He was a dream builder. He was somebody who knew about the principles of designing and creating the life of your dream. Just like the 10 principles that I teach in the Dream Builder program, that is the flagship program that I teach, and three of the keys I'm sharing with you today. So really go deep into that. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. I have done that. I have, as I told you in my story, I was looking around and thinking, like, what does my dad need? Yeah, that's good too. It is perfect. It is good to be of service. But then later on, he didn't even want it. Like he didn't even want my medicine. He didn't even want what I had to give. So it didn't fulfill me. Like then I had to take the medicine for myself and I had to come down and come into myself more and ask myself, what makes me come alive? Right? And then go do that. I love teaching, speaking, coaching. That's exactly what I love. I love teaching transformative principles. I love the tools and the methods to transform your life 360 degrees because I am using them. I'm going to share it with everybody who wants it. That's what I love. So what is it that you love? And the next thing here is clarity is power. Clarity is power. Most people don't know what they want. Most people don't really know what they want. The sight is blurry, right? So clarity is power. So I want to ask you again to dive even deeper and imagine that we have a time machine now and we're stepping into that time machine, opening the door, bam, boom, boom, and getting into that time machine and catapulting us forward, collapsing time, collapsing duality, right? Doing a travel through time and space reality and manifesting our higher selves, our higher life. That is 3 years from now. Okay? So imagine that. And now imagine, close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Imagine 3 years from now, you're living your absolute dream life. Take a deep breath with me. And imagine that you are now experiencing the results that you were longing for back in 2024. You're feeling healthy and vibrant and strong and flexible and enduring in your body. You feel alive. And you have an amazing person in your life that you're deeply connected to. You have a sense of purpose. You have a vocation, something that calls you out of bed every day that you love doing, that comes natural, but you also continue to grow and expand, and you want to become good at it every day a little bit better. And also, you're looking onto your account, your several accounts, your multiple streams of income and investment, and you see, I'm good, I'm well seated. I have I have money flowing into this account. I have money flowing into that investment. I have money here. I have money going into the things that I love, into my personal development, into my growth, into travel, into whatever it is that is good for you, that is life-giving to you, that you love, that you value, and you just have a sense of peace and beauty and goodness. Yes? So that's what's going on in your life. How does it feel? I want you to sink into that feeling tone. And I want you to remember this feeling tone of calm, gratitude, open heart, sense of love and peace, spaciousness. And you look around in your life and you're just like, I love my life. I Absolutely love my life. And so it is. It is done. So, what would you love? I want you to anchor this feeling that you just felt. I want you to anchor it in your heart. And I want you to always come back to that feeling because that's exactly how the life of your dream feels like. And that is the seed of the life that you're manifesting. So you can write it down, everything you experience now, and you can write down, I'm so happy and grateful now that, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then you write down exactly what it is that you experience. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have the million in my bank account. I'm so happy and grateful now that I feel on purpose working with the clients that I love to serve, right? You got it. What would you love? I'm so happy and grateful now that, yes. And we want to open it up. We want to hold it open, right? Sometimes when we create a dream, we tend to like hold it too tight. Like it has to be exactly like this and in this time. Like, and then we get too much into our ego. We get too much into our survival mode. I want you to hold it with an open hand and to be like, this or something even better still. So the life can work with us, the universe can work with us. This or something even better still. It's either this or something better, right? So we're not so tied up. The the first key now is done then, right? You have designed your life. What would you love? And then I'm so happy and grateful now that you write it down, you get very specific. I invite you to do it later on, like I'm going through this, but you can take your time later on and write even more. It's a living, breathing document. It's going to continue to grow. Okay, so designing the life of your dreams. Number one, check. The second key to creating the life of your dream is probably very unassuming, but that is a very important one. Deciding for your dream. Deciding for your dream. The word decide comes from the Latin word decidere, and it means to cut away from. It means cutting away from everything that is not your dream. Deciding is cutting away, releasing, freeing yourself from everything that is not in alignment with the life that you decided now to design and to create. So I love this one very much by Bob Proctor. He's the dude, like may his soul travel on in peace. There's a single mental move you can make, which in a millisecond will solve enormous problems for you. It has the potential to improve almost any personal or business situation you will ever encounter. And that magical move is called it could literally propel you down the path to incredible success. And we have a name for this magic mental activity, and it is called decision, right? It is powerful to be able to decide mentally, cut away from everything like a sword, cutting away everything that no longer serves you and go forward as your new emerging self. So I want you to, I want to invite you to decide for new results. Decide for new results. Okay? Good. I love this one so much. Look at this and please read it for yourself. I love this so much. and also the message behind it. So I'm going to read it for us. According to research at Stanford University, it doesn't matter what order the letters in a word are. The only important thing is that the first and the last letter be in the right place. This is because the human mind does not read every letter by itself, but the word as a whole. And the same thing goes for our path. As I said before today, we have to know exactly where we are right now. That is the first letter. That's where we are right now. And then we want to know where we're heading. And that is the last letter. That is the last letter. And isn't that so beautiful? Like the rest is going to be messy. The rest is going to be super messy. I can tell you that's exactly the way it is. It can be super messy and it will be super messy. But as long as you keep the vision in mind, your subconscious, your mind can navigate you towards the end and it will make sense. It will still make sense. That's the whole that's the whole key here of this point. So decide for new results. Where are you now? That's what we did in the assessment. And what would you love? What would you love to realize? What would you love to experience? And the first thing that will come up in our mind is probably, how, Joanna, how is that going to happen? I have tried so many things before, but it never happened. And I want to let you know the how is not our question. A how question is not important because the mind will ask how, but it can only revert back to things already known. So it shuts out the possibility of the unknown to interact with us. I hope that it's not too confusing, but the how is not important. We just have to know the what and then continue to move forward. So, deciding for your dream, where are you now? Make a decision for what you would love and stop asking yourself how and follow the path. Follow the path. Things are going to happen beyond your imagination. That is the beauty of it. Key number 2, check. And the last and definitely not least key is befriending your fear. Because, girlfriend, the fear is going to come up. The fear is going to come up. And the fear is never going to leave. Because our mind is just wired to protect ourselves. And protecting means like being afraid of what might come. So we've all heard the voices in our heads like, yeah, right, that ain't gonna happen. How are you going to do that, right? Where will you find the time? Where will you find the money? Those things are called paradigms that will distract you. Who has those? All of us, me included, and every person on the planet, no matter how far they have come, everybody has some level of limitation, fear. Everybody. Because always going out into the unknown, that is just a normal human reaction to be afraid. But knowing that can help us to overcome that again and again. So we have decided for new results already. And as soon as we decide for the new results and we actually take a stand for it, 3 Ds are going to come up. The number 1 is delay or distraction. So that means, oh yeah, I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do that later this year. I'm going to do it later, whenever. Sometimes later never comes, right? Procrastination is also another word for delay. Or distraction. Distraction is very common. Distraction is by social media, looking at everybody else and their life, and looking at the news and all of those things that actually don't have too much to do with your life. Looking at other people, looking at celebrities, looking at what they're doing and they're doing. It's not important. It's a distraction. You focus on your vision and you do it. Number two, dissuasion. Dissuasion are the words, like, the talk is the talk in your head. Like, you can't do that. I always like to say dissuasion comes also in two variants, right? So the number one thing is either you feel it's a yes for you, and the dissuasion will talk you out of it, even though you felt in your soul it's a yes, or you feel in your soul it's a no, and then your dissuasion is going to come and talk you into it. Both is possible. All right. Watch out for that. And number three, and that is DEFCON 1. We call that over here, and that is literally a panic attack, right? Feeling physical symptoms of panic, of sweating, of a tight throat, a tight throat, some kind of symptom, a physical symptom. Sometimes it's literally getting a fever, becoming sick because you're so afraid to step into the new. I know many of us have experienced things like that before, but I want to let you know this is good news. We over here in the transformational world, we say these are good news because then you know you're up for a change. When the delay, like when the thought comes in, like, I'm going to do that later, bam, catch yourself there, not like that. Write it down, make it happen. Not in the very moment, but put it in your calendar, right? The distraction, like listening to people and blah, 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 blah. Cut it out. Dissuasion, that is the inner game, right? Blah, 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 blah. Talking you into something, talking you out of something, or literally feeling the physical symptoms. Yeah. So that is good news because then we know that we are growing, because the comfort zone never shows a pattern like that. The comfort zone is quiet because the comfort zone is comfortable. There is no irritation in the comfort zone. So these things are good news. Yeah. So one part of you is going to be like, all right, girl, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it, get it. Uh-huh. And the other one is going to be like, oh my God, Joanna, what if I fail? I'm going to embarrass myself, right? I'm afraid that I'm going to fail. I'm going to embarrass myself because I did this big talk. I told other people that I'm going to do it. Maybe I invested money and I'm afraid that I'm going to lose it. I always say, like, the best investment you can make is into yourself, and it's never a loss. Never, never. That's the only investment that you can do that is never a loss, an investment into yourself. But those things are going to come up: fear and failure. Fear of failure, right? I'm going to embarrass myself. What are other people going to think of me? I'm going to die. I'm going to lose my existence. I'm going to die alone. Nobody wants to be my friend. Nobody wants to be my partner. All of that, right? It's going to be fear and failure. It's normal. But those things are here to keep you safe. The fear is actually really thinks that it's going to keep you safe. And sometimes the fear comes in a person, the fear comes personified. That's why most of the time, the people around you, when you are right now where you are, the people around you, they are going to be most likely your biggest sabotage, right? You and the people around you are going to be your biggest sabotage because they love you and they also want to keep you safe. Right? If you tell your mom, for example, I'm going to do this big thing, and she is afraid because she has never done it, she's going to be like, oh my God, like, watch out. Maybe it's going to be dangerous, right? So the fear will signal itself as, I'm here to keep you safe. So watch out for that. We don't want safe. We want growth. So we have to stretch ourselves out of the safety zone. The fear will also say, like, I'll make sure you don't experience pain again. I mean, we've all been hurt before in life. We all have a broken heart. I do, yes. So the best thing our fear could tell us, like, I don't ever want to try again. Like, I don't want to experience this pain again, so I'm not even going to try. But then what is it costing you? The possibility of actually finding somebody that you can connect to. I'll make sure you're not embarrassed, right? I'll make sure you're not embarrassed, as I said. Like, we're so afraid to be embarrassed because we tried living our dreams. But actually, there's nothing to be embarrassed about that. It's so inspirational, but people don't like to admit. And now's not a good time. Wait for later. Again, that's the distraction or that's the dissuasion, that's the delay. Right now is not a good time. Wait until later. Wait until there is a better time. Girl, there's never going to be a better time than now. And that is just true. We start right where we are with what we have and we take the leap of faith, right? There is not going to be a better time because you know how it is. Money comes and money goes, right? You'll probably never have the money right there. Like, find it, invest it into this program. Let me help you get to your dreams, right? But probably it's not going to be a better time next month. No, because sometimes, and that's actually a universal principle, is when you don't fill your time with your purpose, other things are going to come in. That's normal. Other things are going to come in. There's going to be other things that are going to be important. That's just life. It's like a vacuum. Like, if you don't hold space, energetic space for the growth of who you are becoming, the space is going to be filled up with other things. Trust me, you know that. Okay, so there is never going to be a better time than now. And that's just facts. So we've all experienced those things. Me too, you too. We know that. But we want to go just like this cutie baby pie. I just went with my friend and her little baby this Sunday. We actually also went to the park, and that's exactly the scenery. The little baby boy is learning to walk. And who's there? Somebody supporting. So we all learn to walk by falling down. We all learn to walk by falling down, and life is us learning to walk. The whole, like, our whole life experience is us learning to walk on different levels, learning to walk in a different scene, arena, in a different profession, in a different hobby, in a different creative expression, in a different arena. For example, learning financial literacy, investing, all of those things. We all learn to walk by falling down. And who is standing behind that sweetie pie? A mom. Right? I wanted to go back, but that's okay. A mom. And I feel like I'm the mom, right? I am the mom. Like, we can call myself a coach. Oprah is also a coach. And like, she is the mother of a nation for so many. We learn by falling down, but we continue to go and we ask for help, right? And there's so many obstacles, even for the big people that we know and admire. She was fired by TV executives because she was not fit for TV. Okay, somebody else said it. Look at her now. Bruce Springsteen, he was fired from his first band because he couldn't sing. Look where he is now. Chicken Soup for the Soul is like this book series about faith and manifesting. They sold millions of copies, right? So proposal for the first book got rejected 144 times. This always gives me so much power. This always gives me so much power and endurance and resilience, right? Because, like, if somebody was rejected 144 times and then it took off, blew off, I am going to go again and again. Okay. Steven Spielberg, he was rejected from USC Film School 3 times. Who is he now? Right? Loan application for his first coffee shop rejected 242 times. What? You know? Who's that guy? Mr. Disney, fired from a newspaper for a lack of imagination. we all know where Disney went. Okay? So fear and failure both are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. Both. It's normal. It's normal to fall down. It's normal to fall. It's even normal to hit rock bottom. Rock bottom kind of is a prerequisite for big success. There's one saying, I don't know if I get it, if I can get it together, but the like the amount of adversity that you face is equal or double the amount of success that you will receive after that, something like that, right? If somebody receives a lot of adversity, they're gonna exponentially grow and succeed. And I believe that because I think I'm on a good path like that too. So fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. It's going to happen. You don't ask yourself if it's going to happen. You ask yourself when, right? And if you're now sitting in your rock bottom moment, it can only go up from here. Okay, so befriend your fear, darling. One part of you wants to go forward. I know that. Like you feel it in your spirit. You're like, okay, Joanna, yes, actually, I have a dream. I want to achieve that. Yes. And the other part of you wants to play small. Yeah. That is the one keeping you safe and protecting you and recalling all the times in your past where you didn't achieve whatever it is that you wanted to achieve. So both are happening at the same time. Fear comes up. And again, let me show you. We flip fear in the face and we say, no, not today, fear. I am going to clear the path and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to move forward. Okay? Perfect. So fear, doubt, worry, they will come up again and again. Maybe like every day, every day, every day. Trust me, everybody who is living big lives, they have fear, doubt, and worry coming up, but they learn this technology that I just shared a glimpse of you with you today. There's so much more where this came from, but I shared a glimpse with you today on how you can create the life of your dream. People who are creating big dreams, they have fear, doubt, and worry, but they always put their dream focus front and center every day. That is a mental exercise. And then it is about taking action. What can I do today? What can I do in the next 5 minutes? What can I do in the next hour to live my dream? How can I plan it? So befriending your fear is important, is going to be there alongside with you, but it shouldn't take the driver's seat. So before I let you go, I want you to write down what is one thing that you can do today? What is one thing that you can do today or tomorrow or this week, or let's say in the next 72 hours? There's a rule around that too. What is one thing that you can do in the next 72 hours in order to do something that is going to help you live your life, the dream life? Something that will get you a step forward. What is one thing that you can do? Write it down, make it happen. So, key number 3, befriending your fear. Check. Boom. Mastering your results. So, what we've covered today, expanding your awareness of the patterns for success increases your results, right? So we watched this video with the black grizzly bear, just knowing that where we're focusing on is going to expand, right? So this is again, are we focused on the fear, doubt, and worry? Or are we focusing on the dream? This is where we can Where attention goes, energy flows. Where focus goes, energy flows. Okay? So we want to change your results through changing your thinking, because thinking, feeling, action, results. Repeat it over and over again. It's going to create what you want. And then we have generate new ideas by asking the question, what would I love? Generate new ideas by asking the question, what would I love? Always, again and again. What would I love to eat? What would I love to feel? What would I love to experience? What would I love to see? Where would I love to go? All of those things, like what would I love? You want to connect it to your heart, because this is where the real wisdom comes from. So 3 keys to mastering your results. We spoke about designing your dream. We spoke about deciding for your dream. And we spoke about befriending your dream, right? Yes, because befriending your fear. Of course, you want to befriend your dream as well, but you want to befriend your fear. Clarity, decision, and moving on even when you are afraid. And number one thing I want to let you know, you're worthy of your dream and a life you love. You're worthy of it. No matter what you want, you're inherently worthy. As I said in my story, that is so simple, but that sometimes takes us the longest. But you are just the way you are right now. And my gift to you, as I said, is if you're interested in talking to me, in seeing how we can work together, how I can help you design the life of your dream and actually take action, I want to let you know that you get the complimentary strategy session, 50 minutes with me, where we will dive in and really create a clear vision for you and see how we can move on together. Okay? So don't hesitate. Come to me, let me know what you feel, what your questions are, what your limitations are, what your concerns are. Let's talk about it openly, right? If it's a good fit, amazing, let's kick it. If it's not a good fit, I will also let you know. Okay? So, perfect. I want to tell you like the last story for today. There's a guy called William H. Murray, and this guy, he was one of the first people ever climbing Mount Everest. He and his buddy, Edmund Hillary, they both wanted to go on this journey before. But it was as follows. William H. Murray, like he was a little bit more wealthy, and he put this team together, and he said to Edmund Hillary, like, come on, we're going to climb Mount Everest, and we're going to make it this time, and I want you to be part of the crew. I want you to be part of the journey, and I want you to also experience that success, right? Because again, they would have been the first to ever climb Mount Everest and to summit it. So they walked, and Edmund Hillary, like, he planned it. Sorry. William H. Murray planned it, and Edmund Hillary said, I don't have the money, because he didn't know, like, he didn't see any way how to come up with the money, because he had to fund himself completely by himself, right? So the next time, William H. Murray, like, he went on with a group of people, they didn't make it. He came back down, a year went by, they prepared again. William H. Murray came back to Edmund Hillary again and said, Guy, we're trying this again, and I want you to be a part of it. I want you to be a part of it. This is the time where we're going to make it. The last time we didn't make it, and this time we're definitely going to make it, because we're better equipped. Like we're ready to summit this mountain. Edmund Hillary had a whole year to prepare. And again, he said, I don't have the money. I don't have the funds. William H. Murray said, dude, like, that's a one in a lifetime opportunity. He could make it. William H. Murray and his crew, they charted off, and they went far, further than before. But then also, they didn't make it. This time they didn't make it. They came back down. William H. Murray was like, the next time I'm going to make it definitely because I know that this mountain is not going to get any bigger, but I am getting bigger. I have more experience. I'm wiser. I'm a different person. So the next time I am going to make it. We're going to make it. He again knocked on Edmund Hillary's door and said, dude, it's the last chance. Like this time, I'm going to make it. Are you there? Are you going to be with us? Like to be part of history. History. And the number one thing that changed, Edmund Hillary this time said, what is the down payment? And the rest is history. Both of them, together with the team, were the first people who ever summited Mount Everest. So, the morale of this story is keep a corner of your mind open to the possibility of things working for you. And a famous saying from the book that William H. Murray wrote is the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Let that sink in. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Okay, so until one is committed, decision, there's hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. William H. Murray. I think that's so powerful. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. So that's it for today. And I want you to know when you close out this video and you put off your computer that there are going to be challenges ahead in your life, but also know that you're bigger than them. You're bigger than them, and you continue to focus on your dream. You continue to make a decision for your dream, and you face the fear. And even when you fail, you get back up and you continue to rise. And if you want my help, you know where to find me. You find everything in the links down below. And until then, stay dangerous. Bye.